Tesla, we were spot on with Tesla 2 days in a row. I'm going to go, man. I'm going to say 3 days in a row. Today's the day we break 300. I feel like this can be what Amazon was for us the other day, where we said the 200 wall is going to go on Amazon. And then if we break 200, we rapidly go to at least 205. By the way, why was that the case? Because we knew Jeff Bezos was selling there at 200 for a long time. So once you take him out, there's no more supply left, right? That's why it would jump very fast after that. Okay. Tesla's a little bit different story. We don't know if it's a strong seller at 300, but it's a big psychological level on the chart. Okay. And it's a big also, not just psychological, technical level too. It's right here, 299.29. All right. You break two and look at that. That's so beautiful. It used to be resistance back here too, around 300. Okay. So you break 300. Where's the next resistance? Right here at around 313, 315. All right. We gave this to you a couple days ago. It's playing out exactly so far as we said. Why not? Third time's a charm. Third time's a charm means you got it wrong the first two times. Nope. Trend is your friend, I guess. Story trading's on fire. So I think we can break 300 today and maybe quickly make a move towards 313. Maybe today, maybe to Monday. I don't know. It sounds crazy, but that's going to be in the cards. Tesla, we were spot on with Tesla 2 days in a row. I'm going to go, man. I'm going to say 3 days in a row. Today's the day we break 300. I feel like this can be what Amazon was for us the other day, where we said the 200 wall is going to go on Amazon. And then if we break 200, we rapidly go to at least 205. By the way, why was that the case? Because we knew Jeff Bezos was selling there at 200 for a long time. So once you take him out, there's no more supply left, right? That's why it would jump very fast after that. Okay. Tesla's a little bit different story. We don't know if it's a strong seller at 300, but it's a big psychological level on the chart. Okay. And it's a big also, not just psychological, technical level too. It's right here, 299.29. All right. You break two and look at that. That's so beautiful. It used to be resistance back here too, around 300. Okay. So you break 300. Where's the next resistance? Right here at around 313, 315. All right. We gave this to you a couple days ago. It's playing out exactly so far as we said. Why not? Third time's a charm. Third time's a charm means you got it wrong the first two times. Nope. Trend is your friend, I guess. Story trading's on fire. So I think we can break 300 today and maybe quickly make a move towards 313. Maybe today, maybe to Monday. I don't know. It sounds crazy, but that's going to be in the cards. Tesla, we were spot on with Tesla 2 days in a row. I'm going to go, man. I'm going to say 3 days in a row. Today's the day we break 300. I feel like this can be what Amazon was for us the other day, where we said the 200 wall is going to go on Amazon. And then if we break 200, we rapidly go to at least 205. By the way, why was that the case? Because we knew Jeff Bezos was selling there at 200 for a long time. So once you take him out, there's no more supply left, right? That's why it would jump very fast after that. Okay. Tesla's a little bit different story. We don't know if it's a strong seller at 300, but it's a big psychological level on the chart. Okay. And it's a big also, not just psychological, technical level too. It's right here, 299.29. All right. You break two and look at that. That's so beautiful. It used to be resistance back here too, around 300. Okay. So you break 300. Where's the next resistance? Right here at around 313, 315. All right. We gave this to you a couple days ago. It's playing out exactly so far as we said. Why not? Third time's a charm. Third time's a charm means you got it wrong the first two times. Nope. Trend is your friend, I guess. Story trading's on fire. So I think we can break 300 today and maybe quickly make a move towards 313. Maybe today, maybe to Monday. I don't know. It sounds crazy, but that's going to be in the cards. start with Tesla. Tesla, this is one where we're not closing out, all right, the trade card. First of all, our target was 270 to 300. Hasn't reached that yet. Second of all, I mean, are you kidding me? Elon Musk is somehow going to be paid back for what is done for Trump, all right? That's obvious. Everybody knows that. And beyond that, we called the bottom in Tesla. Like the trade card, we nailed that one, and we're like, this is the long-term inflection point for Tesla. It's the last of the big mega caps that now has to catch up. And I'm looking for all-time highs in Tesla. I think this is where you hold Tesla, just like we've been holding Bitcoin since a few months ago for new all-time highs. I think Tesla, the new all-time highs are going to come. I'm not saying the next couple months, but in the next 2 to 3 years, at least, this is heading over $414 in my view. So that's Tesla. This is one where I like it, meaning I think the gains will hold, and you can look for opportunities to buy the dip. I think the dips are going to be bought in Tesla. As far as levels, I don't know. Let's see. You got this pre-market at 278, double bottom. You see that? Maybe that's a spot if you want to try to day trade 278. But I have a fairly good size position in my long-term account that I'm just going to hold. Okay, so that's what I'm doing with Tesla. Am I going to pick up some day trade, something or other? By the way, Tesla calls, I mentioned it in the Discord like 5 times yesterday because I thought it was a great way to play on a Trump victory. Let me just say Tesla is not over. Not over at all. I updated the price target in our 4-pillar channel. In our Discord, gave you guys a new price target. We had 270 to 299. We upgraded that price target to 300 to 315. Where is it? There's a 300. I gotta go to weekly candles. 300 to 315. Okay, 300 right there to 315 right there. That's the more near-term targets. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it comes by Monday. Who knows? Might even come today or tomorrow. 300 to 315. Amazon, okay, Elon, I mean, Jeff Bezos has been selling everything he could at $200. We got some call options overnight, $200 strike for this week. And my thinking was on a Trump victory, we can break 200 because, I don't know if I mentioned this on the show yesterday or in our Discord. I think it was on the show. Jeff Bezos did something it took some guts. He went against everybody in his organization to prevent the Washington Post from endorsing Kamala Harris. Okay, that happened last week. And there was like a mutiny at the Washington Post, and people were really pissed at him. So he took a stand, and I'm sure Donald Trump took note of that. The question is that the market take note of that enough to say Amazon's a Trump stock, just like Tesla will benefit because of his support for Trump. Will Amazon benefit because of what Jeff Bezos did for Trump in the past week? That was the thesis for why we got some Amazon calls yesterday. And it's really underperforming today, up 0.45%. If we look at the QQQ and SPY, up 2%. Look, I got to throw Amazon in the top 5. I got to say, now we have all the ingredients finally. We don't know. It's a black hole. We don't know for sure how many shares is Jeff Bezos selling at 200. So it's definitely risky to do this. But if there's ever going to be a day where there's enough buy volume to overcome a big seller, I would say maybe today's that day. So let's throw Amazon in the top 5 for a break of 200 in a second. But it's not just about the supply. It's also about the demand. So even if you want to imagine whatever the max quantity is that you think Jeff Bezos is selling out there, if there's any day where the demand can overtake the supply, today's a good day to do that. All right, that's basically what I'm saying. And has already sold many shares. It's not like he just started. He's been selling for a long time. So I would guess it's closer to the end than the beginning. But again, it's a black hole what the supply is, but also today the demand is going to be crazy. Let's take out that $200 Jeff Bezos wall today. Good morning, guys. It is Tuesday, November 12th. It has been a crazy, awesome week for us, and I'm sure for a lot of you, it's been a melt up in certain sectors, not everywhere. But man, no one was more accurate than us on Tesla every single day, calling these price targets. It's been absolutely unbelievable. All right, we got to talk about Tesla and Bitcoin today. This is the first pullback we're seeing since the Trump victory and the move in the market. So got to seriously consider what's going to come next year. So we got to take our time to talk about that. But first, just a little post-mortem. It's not a post-mortem because it's a post-victory. Look at this. This is incredible. Tesla, we were basically calling since the Trump victory for all-time new highs. All right. And it's been moving faster than we thought. But every day we've come to the office and we've given you our price targets. And it's been hitting the price targets each and every single day. Starting with November 7th, we said 299 would be the high of the day. We got to 299.75. The next day, we said 315, got to 328, closed at 321. The next day, we said 360. That was yesterday. We don't have a video on that yet. We'll get it to you. But 360, that was crazy call. We said 360, got to 358. It hit 360, 365 in after hours, right? So what comes next? Now we get this pullback. What's going to happen? All right, we'll come back to that in just a second. Bitcoin for months, obviously, but we've been banging the table every time we talk about it, how beautiful the weekly chart is. You got to pull up the weekly chart on Bitcoin. And we're looking for this all-time high breakout at around 74,000, which obviously came. Now, this move has just been insane, but you know what we've been talking about 100,000, obviously. A lot of people have Bitcoin. People are bullish on Bitcoin. So it's like you break the all-time high, you make a move towards 100,000. But I got to talk about this because I mentioned this on the Wolf Financial Spaces show last night, also mentioned on the Discord. I said this 90,000 is a very, very important psychological level. If you break 90,000, now it was only for a second, so I don't think it counted. But if you comfortably are into the 90,000 range, I think you will quickly, in a matter of maybe hours, okay, definitely within days, but maybe hours, test 100,000. And then, you know, that's going to be a peak for a long time, in my opinion, right? 99,000, 99,500, maybe 99,999, whatever it is, right? You're going to get a big sell-off there. But the bears defended this, man. They know that. They know the market psychology. This hit 90,000, and they're like, we're going to be in deep shit if we allow this to go over 90,000 because we're going to get another $10,000 move. So they defended that. It didn't break 90,000. So is the Trump move over for now? We'll ask the same question with Tesla. Tesla been gapping up every single morning, down 3%. Is the Trump move over for now? What's going to happen with that? Look at RK. RK, we were all over RK yesterday with a price target of 64 to 72. 64 to 72. Now we're down since the Trump trade. Is the move over? What do we do? So these are the questions, the big questions at the top of the show we got to talk about. I'm going to start with Bitcoin and say, yeah, man, it could be over for now, right? If we're not going to break 90,000, we could, and look at this overbought on the daily, the weekly starting to get into the overbought range. So you really need to reclaim 90,000 and then you'll get that rapid move towards 100,000. If we don't reclaim 90,000, yeah, we can be in for a correction. So I don't know how deep or how long this correction can last, but you got to be a little bit cautious when you have multiple green days, like, and then you get your first red day. To me, that's actually a sell sign. And a lot of times, like, I don't know if you guys are around when I was playing Air from $250 to $25. I don't know if it's going to be easy to see if I can find it now, but it was a 10 bagger over 4 months. And my signal to sell was basically, it was the first closed green candle. At least I can find this real quick. So we went from $2 to $25, and then we sold at $25. Was it right here? It must have been right there. And why? See that closed green candle? I'm like, uh-oh, what does a closed green candle mean? It means you closed the day lower than you opened the day. And every time we had green days, it was open green candle. So that was my signal. So maybe, you know, if you're very short term and you're trading these things, you know, we may be in for a correction that's going to last more than a day. However, I am not changing, especially on Tesla, I am not changing the price targets at all. The next levels after 360 are 384 and 415. 384 and 415 all-time high, and I still continue to believe that that can happen within the next few weeks. Possibly could take longer. I mean, as of yesterday, I thought it could happen today. If we opened above 360 today, then I would say the target today would have been 384. If we had opened above 360, today's target would have been 384. End of week target would have been 414, all-time high. But that doesn't look like it's happening. We're at 339. So maybe, again, the resistance here, the most you get out of it is around 360. Again, that's the resistance. But we could pull back. Again, I don't know how deep or long this pullback is going to be, but the thesis is still intact. I've been talking about this relentlessly since the election. A lot of people still don't understand it. I've been sending videos and pictures to our Discord and putting it on our Twitter so people understand what's going on. Elon Musk is the second most powerful man on earth, and everybody on earth knows it. This move is fund managers piling in as fast as they can. This is not being caused by retail. Every fund in the world has to be in Tesla. They all know Tesla's going to all-time new highs. You cannot understate the importance of Elon Musk being the second most powerful man in the world. You cannot understate the impact of that on future fundamentals, all right? So for those who are looking at your spreadsheets, you got to be a little forward thinking. We call it sentiment when it hasn't hit yet, right? But sentiment is simply front-running fundamentals. We're just, foreshadowing, we're predicting what's going to happen to future fundamentals. We call that sentiment today because we feel good qualitatively about Trump being president, but that will result in very real fundamental impacts, which are going to be very positive for Tesla. Okay. These are fund managers buying it, meme stock. This is sustainable. We are going to all-time new highs on Tesla. Again, depending on the levels and how quick, could have been this week. Doesn't look like that's going to happen anymore now that we're below 360. But I think it's definitely happening by probably initially when I gave this thesis out last week, I was like, we'll get to that 415 all-time new high around Inauguration Day. Maybe that'll be your temporary blow off top. Things develop much faster than we thought. But in any case, the direction and the price target not changing for Tesla, but the timing, maybe, right? Maybe we got to have a pullback here with the Trump names, with the Bitcoins and the Teslas. Same with RK. RK, same target, not changing the target, even though we have this pullback, 64 to 72. We talked about the thesis yesterday on this show. We traded this very successfully in our Discord after the public show. So not changing that, but the path it takes there might have to pull. I don't know how long this pullback is going to last, all right? But once we find, well, you know what? RK, this is easy though. The breakout level here was 54.52. If by some reason you get to 54.52, what was the high today here? Yeah. 54.52. If by some reason you get there, buy the crap out of that because we're going to 64 to 72. All right. So things are getting a little bit tricky here. You may want to protect some capital if you're in options and short-term options because we don't know how long this pullback will last. The targets are the same for Tesla and ARK. However, Bitcoin for right now, I'm counting out 100,000 unless we break 90,000 again. All right. So that's the big picture on these crazy momentum stocks and the Trump trades. So we got to maybe be a little bit cautious, protect capital if we're in short-term call options. So where's that leave us for top picks of the day? Where are we going to go? ASTS is something we started picking up yesterday. I'm going to make this a top pick. Don't know yet if it's going to be number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll see. But ASTS, when you have this is just a whole bunch of pillars coming together. What's a pillar? It's story trading. We have catalyst, sentiment, fundamentals, and technicals, right? We have a lot of things converging on ASTS today specifically, which I think makes us a good bet, okay? We're already getting back into this yesterday because earnings are later this week. We had a Starlink satellite that, broke up and came back into the atmosphere over the weekend. Very small catalyst, but it could have been a trigger to kind of help this a little bit, okay? But this sell-off here was because of the Trump win, because people thinking, all right, that benefits Starlink, and that's not going to be good for the competitor ASTS. Now that we're getting this correction in the Trump names, now the names that were hurt because of the Trump trades can come back, all right? So that's like money flow sentiment kind of reversing with earnings Thursday afternoon. We talked about the fundamentals, I believe. If it wasn't on the public show, it was in our Discord yesterday. So I'm looking for continuation after this open green candle yesterday. RSI still oversold here on the daily. So let's see. There's I don't know how far we can get today, but I think before the earnings report, there's a chance we get to like 27, maybe even up to 29 before Thursday afternoon. That's in the cards. AST ASTS, definitely a top pick today with this kind of Trump trade reversal, a little bit of reversion to the mean going to be happening today, it looks like. Okay. Is AIoT down? Oops. I hope I didn't make a mistake here. This looked like a beat. This is a Godfather stock. He was very positive on the fundamentals going into the earnings report. It looked like they had a nice beat on both the top and the bottom line. This is a micro cap. Be careful. What's the market cap? $600 million. Not so micro. $600 million. They beat top and bottom line, surprise profitability versus estimate of a loss. They beat on the revenue guide from what I saw pretty handsomely. So I did enter this pre-market, and I'm down on it right now. So we'll have to revisit that, look at that during the day. And of course, Progressive says DXYZ falling from grace. Yeah, DXYZ had we basically told people get out around 20. We're early. We're like in this from like 16 to 20, and we said, hey, this can go to 100 after that, but we stopped playing it because it was just too expensive fundamentally for us. Okay, I think this is probably a $20 stock. And I will be looking for dips, maybe in the mid-20s. We'll see. We'll have to look at the technicals, but the dips will be bought at some point in DXYZ. This is also real, right? It's not just a sentiment. The value, the real true value of SpaceX has increased substantially because of the Trump victory, okay? However you want to do the math on that, all right? In my mind, back of the napkin, is it worth? I think it might be worth 2 or 3 times more. All right, we had the numbers in terms of the last valuation raise round in Discord. I forgot what it was at. But now with Elon Musk being the second most powerful person in the world, guess what, guys? We're going to Mars. And SpaceX is going to be worth at least double, triple, maybe quadruple what it was before. So a big part of this move is warranted. So I think I'll be looking for pullbacks to buy maybe in the 20s. We'll see. All right, so thank you, Progressive, for bringing that up in the chat there. All right, so ASTS, we got that. By the way, as far as potential day trade opportunities, Tesla's going to be on our radar every single day, by the way. All right, every single day we will be from now. We had a video on this last Wednesday, right after the election. I did a private video, 5-minute video, put it in our Discord about Tesla and about the fact that Tesla is now going to become a great stock to trade options in every single day. All right. The pullbacks will be bought in Tesla. So every single day, there's going to be opportunities in Tesla. So we'll be watching that as far as intraday trades possibly. All right. So we got ASTS. We had what I thought was a good report in AIoT, but I'm paying for it right now. We'll see. Shop had a good report, but I couldn't immediately quantify it. I don't see the EPS out there. They didn't report EPS in the press release. So great. If you're in that, we talked about it last night in Wolf Financial Spaces. Jaguar predicted this one. It was one of his top picks for the peak week. So congratulations to Jaguar Analytics on Shopify. I put it on my watch list last night because of his analysis on Shopify, but I'm not inclined to chase this this morning because I don't have the EPS beat. If I had it, if I had the EPS number versus the estimate, maybe we could do some math on this and forecast a re-rating price target for today, but we didn't have that, so we're not doing it. All right. Apparently, there's some news out on Amazon. If anyone knows about it, I think there was something out there saying Amazon is going to step up their efforts to compete with NVIDIA and make an AI chip. So that's interesting. All right. I haven't looked at that news in depth, but I'm going to throw that under Tesla into our watch list, see if we can get more information on that catalyst. And maybe this is something that we can trade today as well. All right. So let's see what else we got here we wanted to talk about. RCAT. All right. RCAT 372 by 376, trying to get to this new all-time high. If you've been with us over the summer, contract to hit in September didn't happen. We now have reason to believe that that contract will hit maybe this month. It's November 12th. So I have a long-term position. I'll be looking to add more. We'll talk about that more in our Discord after this show. So RCAT, maybe that information that we have that's floating around in our Discord and on social media will be a factor in seeing the stock potentially get to that all-time high today, 394, or even break it. So RCAT's going to be a top 5 pick today as well. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. Also, another thing that I'm going to say is not changed with the long-term price targets with Tesla, the Trump trade, is these stocks, CXW and GEO, unchanged. Okay, I may have to switch back to Geo. I don't know. But actually, it doesn't matter. Okay, Geo might be the one that benefits more fundamentally from this immigration deportation program that Trump has. But both of these stocks moved together in 2016. They both tripled. They both tripled within 4 months. It was November, December, January, beginning of February. So shortly after inauguration, a couple weeks after inauguration, they peaked out. So they went on a 3 to 4 month bull run, tripling in price. These stocks have already doubled, CXW and GEO. And CXW, we have a price target for you of 34.71. So we're not afraid of this pullback, minus 3%. I think you can buy the pullbacks on both CXW and GEO. All right. They'll call that a swing. All right. Not necessarily a trade for the day. All right. All right. Let me see if we have anything else going on here. HIMS has been a huge winner for us. Sunday night in our Discord and Monday morning, we predicted an all-time high breakout on Monday, and we got it. Right, that was yesterday. So we got our all-time high breakout yesterday, and even much more. Haven't sold any. That's a large core position for us. Let me just see if we're missing anything else in the ER list. Laser had earnings. I wasn't too impressed. Let it do what it wants to do. It could definitely fly, actually. I mean, but fundamentally, their numbers. They got another deal, another big deal apparently in Japan, but there were no numbers attached to it, so I'm not willing to play. RUM has earnings this afternoon. Okay, something to look into, maybe. So RUM is going to be on our radar. Actually, let me just throw that in the top list. This might be interesting to play into a little bit of a FOMO event anticipation run. 4 had bad earnings, staying away. Made a small bet on that. That's not working out. Grab had good earnings, but I did the math on this, and I came up with a 482 price target. So we're at 472. All right, 482 is the triangulated value based on the fundamental beat and the technical resistance. So 474, not much meat left on the bone. And I think it probably hit 482 in pre-market anyway. Hit 504. Okay, so they had a decent report. And then this is a Godfather stock that bombed on earnings. Tissy. All right, so you can't get them all. All right, that happens with everyone. Not a big deal. You got to be diversified. Okay, so let's see. What are we going to do for the top picks for today? I have to throw ASTS and RCAT into the top of the list here. ASTS and RCAT. Okay, I gave you the reasons on that already. Gave you some rough price targets on ASTS, what we could see today. RCAT, I also gave you price targets, what we could see today. AIoT, I'm going to put that in the top 5. I'm not going to be dissuaded by this price action. To me, it was a very clear beat. And also, the analyst estimates were for a loss of 2 cents. They actually made money. Those are powerful catalysts. Powerful, oftentimes inflection point catalysts. I mean, that's when we got the inflection point in Palantir, when we're like, all right, guys, Palantir, the bottom's in. Well, the thing was like $8, was because they made like a penny profit versus like a minus penny loss. And the same thing for like Hood. A lot of stocks bottom when you see them just flip, even though it's a marginal, but it's also a psychological thing. It's like, okay, now they're profitable, even though it was like a few pennies. So I'm not going to be too worried about these AIoTs, which I bought at much higher prices here in pre-market. I'm going to keep that in the top 5, particularly because we're opening at 527 versus 540. Might be an opportunity there. Okay, so we got ASTS, RCAT, AIoT, the Teslas and the ARCs and the CXWs of the world. All right, we're looking for dips, but we're having a longer term outlook with these, meaning not necessarily just for a day trade, except maybe Tesla. I think maybe you could day trade Tesla at the right spots during the day, but we're talking about swings. We gave you the targets on CXW, RK, Tesla as swings. Tesla also has a potential day trade on the dip, so we'll put that in the top 5 to watch. Okay. RUM a little bit more speculative. We'll have it here. It's not official top 5 pick at all. I'm just going to be looking at it. All right. Had a big green candle yesterday, so probably a little bit too late to chase. Wouldn't be surprised based on the last earnings report, based on what I'm seeing out there. I think RUM could potentially have a nice beat this afternoon. Okay. All right. So we got ASTS. I'm going to make that the top pick, down 1%. RCAT, top 5 pick. AIoT, top 5 pick. Tesla, we're looking for the dips. Is that going to be it? ASTS, RCAT, AIoT for picks of the day, because these other ones are not necessarily picks for the day, right? We're looking for opportunities in Tesla, maybe a little bit of a trade and run towards the close. Maybe you want to take an ER bet. All right. Swing opportunities we're looking to accumulate in RK and CXW. I'll throw Amazon up here in the top 4 position, but I just don't have conviction on it because I didn't read the news. I saw a headline, and he got good pre-market action. So I'm going to make that good enough to put in the top list here. So with that, I'm going to leave it at these prices, and then we're going to open up our Discord to do some live trading. The live trading was absolutely fantastic yesterday. We'll do that again today. Things have calmed down. Not going to be as crazy as yesterday, which is a good thing. I mean, it was just really crazy the last few days. Like, you don't know where to focus. So this is going to be a lot better, a lot calmer trading in our Discord today. If you want to join our Discord, head over to storytrading.com/Discord. You get this pre-market prep and other videos and other bonuses throughout the day. This pre-market prep's a free preview, by the way. We're just doing it for the month of November. So if you want to make sure you always get this show, head on over to Discord. It's just $2 a day. Rhett's in the backstage. He just got here real quick. I'm going to give him 5 seconds. Tell me what you think of our top picks. Did he hear the top picks, Rhett?
Yeah, I've been here in the background. Can you hear me, Ben?
I can. What do you think out of the ones I mentioned? What do you like the most for today?
I like ASTS. I definitely think that's going to be a nice play for today. And I didn't really catch – I just caught the later end of the show, so I didn't get to hear too much of the analysis. But I like ASTS and how it's setting up. I also like SQ as well. But that's
right. Didn't we
that's
buy
another
some,
one we forgot to mention.
We bought a couple swings on that. So SQ is interesting. You brought up the weekly chart on this. This is a beautiful weekly chart. Look, this is basically kind of like following ARK. This is the ARK-K chart, guys. This is risk on. This is what we had back in like 2021, was it? Before interest rates went up. And yeah, the whole market exploded in the last couple years, but that was big caps, mega caps, big cap tech, QQQ. It was not the risk assets, right? We haven't had that rally yet. That rally is just starting, folks, right? It is really just starting. Take a look at RK. Take a look at the stocks in their portfolio. Here's another one. This thing's been dead. There's a lot of charts that still look like this. There are a lot of charts where big known companies with big market caps are down 70, 80%, and we're just getting started. So I think Square has a really good chance of getting to that 110 level within the next few weeks. So Rhett, good call out yesterday on Square. We did buy some call options on that. I think a couple months out, right, Rhett?
Yeah, they're expiring in December.
Okay. Oh, well, month out. All right. So anyway, risk is on. You're not going to go straight up every single day. So, you got to navigate things, protect your capital. And with that, we're out of here. We're heading over to storytrading.com/Discord for some further collaboration in our chat room and some online video trading. Take care, guys. Thanks for
Have a good one.